He lives in Cloud9 and he's watching all the time. Who do I mean? Professor Bubble. You've got it. He'll show us all the things that Mother Nature brings. What's his name? Professor Bubble.
That's me.
With Beamer, Mouse, and Quill, you'll be mystified and thrilled.
When through the Bubblescope you'll see a fish.
Or an antelope.
And Chromety will sing, and a story she will bring.
To be watched by the team on the Bubblescope screen. Professor Bubble.
Oh, hello, Professor Bubble here. You know, the great thing about living on top of a cloud is you never get wet when it rains. I haven't used my umbrella in ages.
Mouse?
Yes, Beamer?
What are you doing?
I'm waiting.
What for?
Well, for the rain. I'm waiting for the rain.
Oh, that's why you've got your umbrella up!
That's right, Quill.
Hold on a sec. Are we indoors? Yeah, you won't need your umbrella indoors, Mouse.
Well, perhaps, but you know, you can't be too careful.
And anyway, what makes you think it's about to rain? Yes, I mean, it hasn't rained for days.
Exactly.
Yes, What?
Well, think about it. You get some rain almost every month, right?
Right.
So, the longer we go without rain, the more likely we are to have it at any moment.
What? You're saying that because it hasn't rained for some time, it could rain any minute?
Exactly.
I'm not sure it works like that, Mouse.
Well, I don't care. I'm keeping my umbrella up.
Sometimes I worry about you, Mouse.
You won't be laughing when you get soaking wet.
Oh, hello there, Mouse. Expecting a drop of rain?
I hope so. It hasn't rained for ages.
Well, speaking of water, whose turn is it to do the washing up?
Beamers!
Yeah, mine.
Well, hop to it then, Beamer. There's quite a lot of them.
I know.
Hop, 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 hop. Good. More research for my book. To the Bubblescope, gang. This should be a good one. Right, let's...
See what we can see. Oh, wow, look, what's that?
The tap's gone mad. Look, it's a mad tap.
Oh, help.
Hey, you two, it's okay. This is a garden center. It's very large, and the taps are put on very strong so that they can water all the plants. The water has to come out that fast so it can reach right across to all the plants.
Oh, my plants need water too.
All the water spurting out of those taps looks just like water fireworks.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Oh, wow, what's that one?
Well, they're firemen. Look at their helmets.
Oh, yeah, I can see them.
Is that how they put out a fire then, with all that water?
Oh, they've got a very long hose. That would reach even the tallest building. Look at that. Oh, there goes another one.
Oh, that's really pretty, isn't it, Mouse?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Hey, imagine how wet you'd get standing underneath it.
Oh, yeah, my fur'd go all soggy. I'd drip on the carpet, wouldn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, it's a swimming pool.
Oh, I wish Beamer was here. Beamer loves swimming.
Maybe he's swimming in his washing up bowl.
Now, look at this. They're swimming backwards. You've got to be careful when you swim backwards. Otherwise, you might bump into the side because you didn't see it coming. Whoops.
Oh, that was fun.
Isn't it amazing? Water can be all these different things, can't it, Professor? It can put out fires and help you, and it can make plants grow, and you can swim in it. Hey, you can even go down water slides.
Whee! Wah! Oh, I love watching the Bubblescope.
Well, that's it then. I can't do the dishes.
Why not? It's your turn.
Yeah, but there's no water coming out of the tap. Oh, no, this is a disaster.
Oh, it's not as bad as that, Quill. I expect it's because we haven't had any rain for a while. The water's been turned off, but it'll only be for a short time.
But I've got to water the plants.
Oh, that's nice. When?
Now! Well, in that case, even if there was any water in the tap, you wouldn't be able to water them now. Why not? Because I'd be washing up. But the plants have to be done as soon as possible. Yeah, so's the washing up. But the plants will die if they're not watered.
Oh, will you two stop arguing?
Not just yet. I'm quite enjoying it.
It wasn't a question, Beamer. I'm telling you to stop arguing.
Ooh.
Arguing won't get you anywhere.
Oh, all right then, Mouse. What do you suggest we do? Yeah, what do you suggest we do?
Well, that's a tricky one.
See, just a minute. Where are you going?
I am going for a wanderer to have a ponder.
Oh, why don't you leave that for a minute, Beamer, and come and help me make something? And you too, Quill.
Oh, certainly, Professor. What are we going to make?
Well, believe it or not, we're going to make a snowstorm. Now, have you seen one of these before, Beamer? Quill, it's a snowstorm.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And you can have anything you like inside of these. You get them in shops with churches and famous monuments and people, all sorts of things.
Oh, and snowmen.
And snowmen, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do. And what you need for this is a jar
Yes.
with a lid, and the lid must be very tight fitting. That's very important. You see, this lid is nice and tight fitting. You need some bits of different color plasticine, like that, and some tin foil. Just an ordinary sheet of tin foil like that.
Ooh.
Now, you can see in mine, I've got a sort of little man out there enjoying the snow.
Yeah.
He's a funny little man.
He is a funny. Should we give him a name? Should we call him Pubbo?
Pubbo.
Pubbo, the little man. All right, let's make a Pubbo. And you see, I've started him off here, and he's got a little plasticine jacket, and I could put on some little baubles for hands and little baubles for feet, and I'm going to do the head for you now.
Oh, good.
And you see, what I've done is I've just made a ball of plasticine for his head and a little hat, and he's got a little top of the hat, and I'm going to put a bauble on that, so the head's going to go on like that, and he's got a pobbly nose, which is just another little blob of plasticine, which I'm going to put on like that. Perhaps he's got a bit of a cold because he's out in the snow. What do you think, Beamer?
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe. And then
He's got
a little.
a nose like Beamer's.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does. It does look a bit like Beamer. And then a little bauble for the hat, and then just pop the head on like that. And as I said, a little bauble for the feet and the armies, and then this bit, which I've just squished out to be flat, and I'm going to put down around his neck as a little scarf.
Oh,
Like that.
that's clever, Professor.
So he won't get too cold in the snow.
Yeah.
Now, getting back to your jar, get a lid, the lid of your jar, and put a nice big wodge of plasticine in there, because this is what's going to be keeping your man on. And now you need to attach your little man to the plasticine in the jar. And a good way of doing that is just take a bit of a stick which you can get a nice little edge on, and score a little bit of roughness there, and score a little bit of roughness on the bottom of your man, and then squish him down. And you need to squish him down nice and firmly, good and hard. Now, put him aside and get back to your jar. Now, you're going to need to fill your jar with the water, and when you get over the sink, put your man inside your jar. Some water will spill out, and then just put the lid down like that. But before you do that, of course, you need to get somebody to help you cut out the snow. Just little tiny bits of tin foil. Pop them in the jar as well, and then you've got your man in the snow.
Oh, that
Look
is so
at
clever. Still no sign of Mouse.
Nope.
Oh, I hate all this waiting.
Me too. All we want to know is what we're going to do about the water.
Yes! I mean, what would we do if we didn't have water?
We'd get very thirsty.
No, I mean, water that's brought right into our house. I mean, look at all the things we use it for. Drinking, cooking, washing. We use it all the time.
Yeah, but water hasn't always been taken right to people's houses, you know.
Hasn't it?
No. Not so long ago, people would get their water from a tap in the street.
A tap in the street?
Yeah. And before that, they had to get it from a river or a lake.
Crikey! How did they flush the lavatory?
With great difficulty, I should think.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't live in the olden days.
Yeah, so am I. And mind you probably wouldn't know any different, would you?
Wouldn't you?
No, I mean, if you never had tap water in your house, and you didn't know you could have tap water in your house, you wouldn't miss it, would you?
No, I would. I'd invent it to make sure I had it. Oh, my plants need it.
Yeah, and so does my washing up.
Mouse, at last!
Yeah, have you worked out what we're going to do, Mouse?
Well, I don't know what to do about the tap. I think we'll need a plumber to sort that out.
Oh, what's a plumber?
He's somebody who fixes taps.
Oh.
But I did find something in the fridge.
Oh, what was it?
He wasn't a cold plumber by any chance.
Nope, it was this.
Oh.
Hi, guys!
Oh, hello, Chromety.
Hi there. I've just been told that I've got the brightest sunshine ever.
Who told you that then?
The senior weather maker, of course. And I'm feeling so proud of myself, I thought I'd sing you a song.
Oh, yes, please.
What would we swim in? What would we do? How would we dive in the swimming pool? What would we drink? How would we wash? How would we splish and how would we splosh? With no water, what would we drink? What would the whales and fishes all think? Waters, rivers, waterfalls, There is water in them all. Turn on the tap, and what do you get? Something that's cold and something that's wet. Where does it come from? Down from the clouds? Or does it bubble up from under the ground? With no water, what would we drink? What would the whales and fishes all think? Rivers, oceans, waterfalls. There is water in them all. Water is slow and water is fast. See the water go rushing past. Tall, tall winds and a huge big splash. Waves against the shores they crash. With no water, what would we drink? What would the whales and fishes all think? Oceans, rivers, waterfalls. There is water in them all.
Oh, that's a lovely song, Chromety.
Yes, I'm going to go and admire my sunshine now.
Hey, you know what? That's a bright idea. Thanks, Chromety. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Chromety.
Are you sure there wasn't a bigger bottle, Mouse?
Quite sure if there was, I'd have brought it in.
But this isn't a very big bottle, is it?
Well, maybe, but at least it's water.
Yeah, but what's Quill going to do about his plants once I've used this water to wash the dishes?
Excuse me?
Why, what have you done?
You can't have this water for the washing up.
Why not?
Well, I need it for my plants.
Oh, Quill, the plates are more important.
No, they're not. Plants are much more important. They help to make the air that we breathe.
Well, yes, I mean, that is true. But I don't think 3 or 4 houseplants are going to make much of a difference.
But Beamer, they're thirsty.
Oh, hold on, you two, hold on. There's no point in arguing about this.
You know something? You're right, Mouse. I'll just take the bottle.
No, Beamer, look, there must be some way of working this out.
Doesn't look like it, Mouse.
It's just a question of working out the best way to use the water that we have.
Yep, and I've already decided. Wash the dishes.
Water the plants.
We'll do both.
Hey?
We'll wash the dishes and water the plants, too.
Oh, come on, gang, over to the Bubblescope to see what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
More goodies from Earth, I expect. Right, ready? Let's
See what we can see.
Look at all those clouds. They're just rushing along, aren't they?
Gee, and they're really dark. Oh, I'm glad Cloud 9 isn't as dark as that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to see.
And that's why the clouds were so dark, because they were rain clouds.
Yeah, look at it all come down. Good old Chromety.
You need it to rain, otherwise there wouldn't be any rivers or lakes, or waterfalls.
Oh, and that's a really big waterfall.
Oh, water's really beautiful, isn't it, Professor?
I like the way it can be blue and also white.
Yes, and see-through and also foamy.
Oh, yeah, look at all that white foam.
Oh,
And you know what foam's made out of, don't you?
No.
Lots of little bubbles.
Oh, bubbles.
Oh, now this one really is a big waterfall, isn't it? I think the Bubblescope's showing us one of the biggest waterfalls on the Earth.
Wow.
Look at that. The water's coming down so fast you can hardly see the bottom.
Gee, that's the biggest thing I've ever seen. Imagine all the rain that went into that.
Oh, be careful. It's okay, he's just gone swimming.
Oh, and so have they. Oh, be careful, little fishies don't get caught. Oh, he's gonna get him. Oh, no.
Oh, well, there's still lots of other little fishes.
Oh, look at that huge waterfall.
Oh, and that must be fun, going sailing on a bubble-enormous lake like that. Oh, that must be even more fun, swimming with the dolphins through the sea.
Oh, they're really pretty, aren't they? And look at all those fish in the sea.
And just think, if it didn't rain, all the rivers and the seas would dry up.
Wow, that waterfall was huge.
Yeah, that would definitely get the dishes clean.
Are you sure this is going to work, Mouse?
Oh, yes, quite sure. When we've washed the dishes, the water will still be in the bowl. So we'll just take it from the bowl and water the plants with it. Hey, presto, 2 jobs with 1 bottle of water.
You know, Mouse, that really is quite clever. For you.
Yes, Mouse, it is clever. If it works.
Oh, look, let's stop bickering and get on with it.
I wonder why washing up is called washing up.
What do you mean, Quill?
Well, I can understand the washing part because that's what Beamer's doing. washing. It's the up bit I don't understand.
What are you on about, Quill?
Well, why not washing down or washing sideways instead of washing up?
Oh, well, it's obvious, isn't it? Look. You see, most people put their plates in a cupboard that's higher on the wall than the sink. So they do the washing and then they put them up and away.
Oh, I see. Oh, that must be it.
Well, of course it is, I think.
So, we've done the washing up, and now...
Can I do it?
Oh, it's all yours, Quill.
Why didn't we do this the other way round?
Oh.
Water the plants first, and then do the washing up.
Oh, honestly, Quill, don't you know anything? It's because
Because when you water plants, the water stays in the soil. You wouldn't have any left to do the washing up with.
I knew that.
Oh, Beamer.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Chromety.
Oh, hello, Chromety.
Oh, it's very foggy out there.
Oh, dear. Well, could you see your way clear to telling us a story?
All right, then. This is a story about Jenny the babysitter and Benny the boy who didn't like water. Benny was a little boy, and he'd been left with his babysitter, Jenny. Now, Benny wasn't a baby. He was 4. He was quite a big boy. Jenny had been told to look after Benny, and when it was time to go to bed, to get him to have a wash. So Jenny and Benny played together for a while, and then when it was near his bedtime, Jenny asked Benny to have a wash. I don't want to, said Benny. You have to, said Jenny. Your mummy and daddy said you had to. But I don't want to, said Benny. Why? asked Jenny. Because water's boring, said Benny. I don't want anything to do with it. Water isn't boring, said Jenny. Look, I'll show you. And she went to the cupboard, and she got some paints and paper out, and she gave Benny a brush, and they sat down and painted some lovely pictures. And then Jenny went to the cupboard again, and she got out a little boat. Come on, Benny, she said, and she took him outside. And on the water on the pond they floated the little boat. And then she said, come on, Benny, and took him back inside. And she got some water pistols, and she filled them up with water, and they had a water pistol fight. Yeah! And then she took Benny into the kitchen and made him a drink with water and orange. Do you think water's boring now? asked Jenny. No, said Benny, it's brilliant. Well, said Jenny, if you're good and you go and have a wash and go to bed, the next time I come round, we can go swimming in the water. What do you think of that? Oh, great, said Benny, and he rushed upstairs and started getting ready for bed. And as he washed, he thought of all the wonderful things he'd been doing with the water. Jenny tucked Benny up in bed. Good night, Benny, she said. Good night, Jenny, said Benny. I don't think water is boring at all now.
Thanks, Chromety. But you know something? That wasn't a patch on the last story.
What do you mean?
Fog, patch, get it?
Oh, I'll see you later.
Bye, Chromety.
Bye.
There we go.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
What wasn't?
Working out how to use the water in the best possible way to keep everybody happy.
No, I suppose not.
We've washed up and watered the plants. Maybe we should do it more often.
What? You mean argue over who gets to use the water?
No, use water for 2 purposes. I think it's rather clever.
Well, we might have to get used to that sort of thing if this drought continues and we can't get the water from the tap.
That's true. I hadn't thought of that.
Oh, Beamer, I'm sorry you won't have been able to wash the dishes.
Because of the drought, you mean?
What drought?
Well, the drought that's meant it hasn't rained for ages.
Well, yes, it hasn't rained for a while, Mouse, but there isn't a drought.
But we haven't got any water in the tap.
Well, yes, I turned it off this morning.
What?
And then I quite forgot about it. I had to fix the water tank in the roof.
What? So there wasn't any water because you turned it off?
That's right, but it's turned on again now, so you can wash the dishes.
Oh, it's all right. I've washed them.
Oh, smashing. Well, Quill, you can water the plants.
They're watered.
Ah. Well, how did you both manage that with the water turned off?
Well, it's like this.
We used the same water twice.
Oh, well done.
He lives in Cloud 9 and he's watching all the time. Who do I mean? Professor Bubble. You've got it. He'll show us all the things that Mother Nature brings. What's his name? Professor Bubble.
That's me.
With Beamer, Mouse, and Quill, you'll be mystified and thrilled.
When through the Bubblescope you'll see a fish.
Or an antelope.
And Chromety will sing, and a story she will bring.
To be watched by the team on the Bubblescope screen. Professor Bubble.